I'm here.
Bob the clock.
What?
Oh wait.
Did you just say happy Bob o'clock?
Yeah, it's 8:08. It's Bob the clock.
It's 6:08, thank you very much.
No, I'm sorry. Just because you live in the wrong part of the world doesn't mean that you're right.
Oh my god.
Because you live in the wrong time zone.
Jesus.
Imagine if the correct time was 6:08 right now.
No, I'm sorry, but the correct time is 8:08.
Mhm.
Well, 8:09 now.
Over here in the civilized part of the
I
US.
think it is a quarter past.
I think it's time to get started since we're all here.
One moment. I need to adjust something because
I have one moment.
Like,
I need to start now.
You need to start me out.
that's a
Ugh.
nice lightning bolt above your head. Just hovering there, waiting to pounce.
Hey, it had a chance at the ravine. I shipped pellets. It laughed and said, "Alright, we gotta keep going. I need good times and good laughs."
That is broken as shit, but okay. No, I was looking at one of the Ravnica NPCs and it actually just broken.
His name must be John.
Only as broken as the DM.
I can't disagree with you there.
Yeah.
And for the villager cannon.
The what?
Okay, so the villager cannon, I don't know what edition this is in, but the villager cannon is where you bought the villagers, like a lot of them, stand in a line and they follow you, and whenever you get into a fight, you just have the one at the back into the other one's hand, and because of how the game worked at the time, it's stacked hard enough to nuke a city.
That's wrong.
But so right?
Ugh.
I mean, there used to be an ability that you create any type of matter, so people just started creating antimatter inside of enemies. Until they added, you actually have to have seen the material and understand it.
Makes sense.
Think of people making antimatter bombs.
Okay.
It was like arcane trickster cantrip. You can make a 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter of material or something.
That sounds like a third edition thing.
But it sounds funny.
It sounds funny. It sounds like a living fucking nightmare. Let's see.
Amen.
I mean, at any time, the DM can just go, no, you're not doing that. And then it ends. Usually, if the DM allows it, they're sick of their own story at that point.
Or I want to see my own people suffer.
I mean, I just
Because?
watched a video on how a DM out-murder hoboed a murder hobo squad.
I've done that before.
What does that even mean?
Pretty much, when the murder hobos start killing the important NPCs, he just made a character to kill the important NPC that they want to do things with. And then pretty much show them,
That's
this
just
is what
shooting
happens.
hobo.
Versus like, this is what happens when you keep fucking around. Things don't get done. Stop it.
Well then. Now that everyone is here,
Are we?
I think everyone's here.
Oh,
I mean, okay.
I think Pen's just on push to talk, so there's that.
Yeah, I'm here.
And then Miller should be here too, unless he said he was going somewhere. I didn't hear anything like that, so.
Everybody said they were here and we're ready to go. Start the game. If they're not here, it's too bad on them.
Fair enough.
I'm not here.
Perfect. Alright, regardless,
Perfect. Fuck you. Sorry. Continue.
last session, you all kind of got to explore the Undercity a little bit more and learn how it works, and just made some discoveries, some trades, some purchases, met with the leader of the Undercity, had gotten approval to have the Golgari join into the guild coalition, but are still waiting for a representative to return to head to the surface world with you guys. While you wait, you were given a place to stay and are free to now explore this vast Undercity as you see fit. So you may do what you need
Alrighty.
to.
So, one thing I know that Taxis wants to do is he wants to head back over to the garden area.
Alright.
Spend some time over there meditating with the plants, getting to know everything there, and spending the time in the nature. Trying to talk to his guides and bring him down in with these plants that are down here that have not been seen in the light of day in forever and stuff like that.
Alright. You memorize the way. It's easy enough to find. Anyone else going somewhere?
Is there any methods of, like, actually, never mind. I'll take it up with me. So,
Okay.
I would like to try and I want to pull out the vial of slime, the sentient one,
Yep.
and I want to project. Hello, can you?
What'd you say? You cut for a second.
Oh, I want to basically project. Hello, can you hear me at the slime?
It repeats back to you, hello, can you hear me?
Okay, well, we'll have to work on that, but that's a start. And I'll just kind of sit there and kind of have a very basic conversation with it, essentially, talking to myself.
Yep. As you speak to it, it does nothing but mimic what you've said. Elrond or Mogus, are you guys going anywhere?
There a brewery around?
You'd have to go wandering around the city. You could probably find one. You're not exactly sure where you'd end up, but you could probably find one.
What about a bar?
There are a couple places that kind of strike out as a bar, but it might not even be classified as that. It's so...
It's what passes as like a bar down here.
Yes.
I'd like to actually read the contract I just signed last time.
Alright.
Because I have the actual version I can read.
Yep. The contract simply states, hereby, through signature of blood, the ownership of this sword now belongs to Mogus.
Alright.
There's a little bit of legal jargon in there, but I mean, for the most part, it's pretty straightforward.
A little bit of legal jargon.
barbarians wouldn't understand.
Yeah. What is legal jargon? According to Mogus.
What is legal? Period.
Yeah, true. Uh. Question: do I have to attune to this weapon?
You would have had it long enough, and you would have had it
Okay.
overnight, so you already are attuned to it.
Okay, just double checking. Uh. Okay, closest thing that counts as a bar nearby. Let's go.
Alright. It is a very, ramshackled build made of stone and recycled bits that have, like, kind of fallen from the upper city down here. And it's very small by comparison. It looks like it's got a counter, a few stools, and, like, a couple of tables. It's not very big. Working behind it appears to be this creature with very almost aquatic looking. Definitely looks more like a creature from the great beyond, as it has a wider head and tentacles on the face.
Hold on. Ask him what he actually takes as currency here, shouldn't I?
Well, you think on that.
Yeah,
Is there
I'm trying to
anything
think.
that Jamie and Elrond wish to do with their time?
I'm still thinking, so if you have anything in mind.
Elrond, anything?
I guess I'll take a walk to that weapon deal.
Okay. So then, the ones I need to worry about at the immediate right now is Taxus and Elrond. So we'll start with Elrond. Elrond, you made it to the weapon shop, and it is being run by a kind of short, squat little goblin with like a creature.
I speak goblin. Shit.
And like a cap made out of some sort of animal or creature skull. Yes, I have another visitor, one who is foreign.
Hello. I come in peace.
I should hope so.
Do you have any
Daggers. Have plenty of daggers. Daggers show up a lot down here. Whether it be daggers from above world that seem to just fall through some of the rivers, or crafted down here. What type of dagger are you looking for?
You wouldn't happen to have one that can possibly make me invisible?
I have no idea, does he? I do not have anything like that in stock. I have something similar, but I do not have something like that.
But you've heard of something.
I have heard of it, yes.
Okay, Do you have any daggers with some magical...
Magical items are hard to come by sometimes, but what are you partial to looking for?
Maybe one that can hurt with the elements, maybe.
Any particular element you're looking for?
I would say some good old either fire or something.
Well, I will go check the stocks and back, and I'll be back briefly.
Depending on how big the shop is, while he's doing that, can I just walk around?
Yeah, you can walk around.
Do that.
The shop isn't super big, but it certainly isn't small either. It's got a nice lot of arrangements to it: long swords, short swords, bastard swords, great axes, hand axes, stuff like that. They seem to be pretty basic trade, though. Even the armor seems to be, for the most part, pretty standard.
Not a fan of standard.
He does come back with a small, probably a chest that's about 2 feet wide, almost a foot in length. Well, I have a couple of daggers here that might suit what you're looking for.
I am listening.
He flips open the chest. Inside there is a dagger with this... it almost radiates heat off of its blade, as it's a very simple make, but the blade seems to have this almost ruby crimson shine to it instead. Beneath it, there also appears to be another one, and it seems to be, with the two blades laying against it, seems to be creating like this steam, as this one almost radiates a freezing cold off of it.
So yeah, I asked him, so what are these two?
These daggers, one, as opposed to your ordinary type of wounds, they would be in place. This one burns, the other freezes, on top of cutting, of course, or stabbing, or bludgeoning, if you hit him with the hilt.
And how much are it?
How much are they? Well, for the pair, I'd say it's 100 gold.
Let's meet in the middle at 25. Can I attempt to use?
You
perception?
can attempt to
Not
use
perception,
persuasion. You can
Not
most
persuasion.
certainly try.
Yeah, no, I'm not I don't think I persuaded him very much.
He's got a neutral face. 100 gold for the pair. Or 50 for one or the other.
What about a trade
Really?
for one and 50?
What do you have to trade?
Great question. What about the parts that I picked up from, or some of those parts from that machine or that dangerous thing you're building? After we killed the many.
Oh, hey, you still have some of that. Kind of looks it over. Seems to have some sort of curiosity for the briefest of moments, and then hands it back. This is of no use to me.
What about, would you do 50?
Excuse me, what?
Well, I asked for both for 25 before, so I wonder if he would give me both for 50. How often do you have people come down here looking to buy?
Not often, and the people here pay decently. Tell you what, if it will please the surface dweller, perhaps 40 for one or the other.
Okay. I will take the cold.
The cold one?
Mm-hmm.
He takes it and kind of pretty professionally stores and wraps it and kind of holds out his hand as he's holding the dagger towards you as well.
Why, thank you. And I just grab. I try to use my mage hand to grab it.
Gold.
Yes, and then I pull out 39 from my.
Well, the exchange is pretty fast as you both grab pretty quickly.
Wait, so he took the 39?
Yep.
I say, I bid adieu, and I walk out.
Well, Elrond is pleased with minimally ripping off a goblin. Texas, you have found that garden pretty easily. The elven individual still tending to it, kind of in, well, not really tending at this point. They're more in a meditative state right now.
So I'm just gonna walk around, kind of playing all the plants, getting to know them, just relaxing, smoking my pipe, and just trying to literally relax into the flow of nature. Trying to talk to my god, bring him through.
Right.
It feels at home to sit down and meditate.
Right.
And tell him everything that's gone on as he's listening. Or they are.
After a while you do that, the elf kind of opens their eyes just a little bit. I must say, you're probably one of the few upper city dwellers who have an appreciation for the garden down here.
Don't know if I'm one of the few, because I would say there's quite a few, but I would say I'm one of the few that has ever ventured down here.
You are. And honestly, one of the more pleasant ones.
I've been told that I seem to be everywhere, and yet only here at the same time.
There's a quick cross of confusion across their face. Right.
Just means basically that my mind wanders all over the place, but at the same time, I still stay within the confines of what pleases me and what interests me, as well as what I feel my guide would appreciate.
Honestly, that's a pleasant philosophy.
I have this, and I hold up the pipe. Would you like any?
They reach back and it looks almost like the bowl to a mortar and pestle, and it seems to be like wafting off smoke around them. This works fine for me.
Nod to him and say, well, I'm glad you enjoy it.
How was
Go
your
back
stay
into
then in the Undercity? Have you found anything different?
everything is different, but it's all the same at the same time. No matter where you go, people are people. City is a city. It may look and feel different, but at the core, it's still the same. It's not nature.
Curious take on things. And they go back to their own meditations.
Well, I as well. Trying to reach out even harder to my God, because it seems like it's not going through. Just it's on him.
You, after kind of doing this for a bit, you do feel like a slight warm glow within your center that feels like it might be some form of just mild appreciation.
That I relax even more, and knowing that he's there, I repeat everything that's happened up till now, everything we've gone through, all the plants I've got, what it does and everything, and just relay everything that's happened since I left the conclave.
Right. While you do that, Mogus, have you figured out what you're doing?
Attempt to get a drink.
Oh, well, we have quite the strange individual here. Not talking to anyone else. It's just you. There's no one in here.
You look a bit strange to me as well.
I get that a lot.
You take gold here. You take gold here.
No, gold is material and isn't as intriguing. I would like to know, though. You can pay in experiences and memories.
Hopefully he doesn't mean that literally. Sure.
Alright.
He kind of like shuffles over a little bit and kind of reaches up with this really spindly hand and just this white kind of ethereal fiber kind of is pulled out of your head. And, like, takes this tiny little flask and throws it in there and caps it off and kind of swirls it around and looks at it. Oh. much here. What kind of drink would you like?
Do you got?
Nothing that you've experienced.
Give me something strong.
Strong. Sure. Takes and pulls out this bubbling, like, liquid. And it almost has, like, the consistency of tar. Kind of like tips the pouring bottle to, like, attempt to pour it out, but as it just creeps you just watch him kind of, like, shake on it a bit, and kind of like almost a ketchup bottle, and just kind of some just splurches into the drink and kind of hands it over. That's about the strongest thing we have here.
I just downed the thing.
It feels real weird going down your throat. Like, it does not feel, doesn't go down smoothly. It literally feels like some weird, molasses just slowly crawling down your throat. And it's got a weird fucking taste, too. If you were to compare it to real life, it almost tastes like the earthy taste of mushrooms with, like, an aftertaste of, like, mint of some kind.
God. That is one interesting combination there. Look, while I'm doing this. Hold on a second. There we go. Ah. There we go.
Right. Oh man, you just slam that back. Most people don't do that. That's
Definitely interesting.
it's an acquired taste.
Better than the grog.
The fuck is grog?
What's the best way to describe this?
Imagine that, but the consistency of water.
Sounds boring. You continue to kind of pair notes of overworld and
Underworld
undercity.
alcohol.
Yep.
A word.
Oh, that is happening. Bareth, what are you doing?
So I'd like to go through all of the paperwork, the notes that we had gathered of the spell attempts, and try and like separate them and see if I can organize them chronologically and such, to see like, you know, how many attempts there were and see what kind of progress it seemed to make, and kind of just try and make heads or tails of all the papers.
Right. From the cave? Because you have a lot of
Correct.
paper. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Make an investigation check, because there's a lot. it does take you a bit to first figure out which is chronological order. It looks like this is research from a couple of different people, so the handwritings are different, which does help. But then you're trying to figure out what... You eventually get the gist of it. Like, how many different attempts were made, because you can start recognizing new characters and what you assume to be numerical values. If you were to total out and to just... Well, not total out, but to make a rough estimate as to how many, like, attempts there were to successfully use this spell, there were about 113 attempts.
And did it seem like they, did it have notes of, like, the results? And did it seem like they were making significant progress?
It seemed right around note number 100 with that attempt. It seemed like they were about 60% complete at it, for sure. And then the rest is kind of refining and maybe added like another percentage of completion.
Gotcha. Okay. So then what I'd like to do, once I've got those kind of figured out to some extent, I want to try and find a... I'd like to actually go back to that... Never mind. I'd like to find a place where I can sell this crossbow that I...
Okay. Probably would find the weapon store that is run by a goblin.
Alright. So I'd like to try and sell that, or possibly just trade it for like some studded leather or something like that.
Wow. We have a lot of newcomers here. Just... Are you like lined out outside my door, or is this just...
No, we just have a small group that's down in the Undercity for a short time.
Makes sense. Small group, big people. And you sit and what are you looking to do here? To purchase something, or...
Well, I have this crossbow that I'd like to sell, and I'm looking to possibly get some better armor.
Any particular type of armor you're looking for?
Just something better than my leather armor. If you have some decent like leather armor that has studs in it or something, that would be lovely.
I will take a look very briefly here. Find something that's befitting of your stature. And
Thank you.
someone that hasn't, maybe one that hasn't been worn by someone who's been decomposing for hundreds of years.
That would definitely be a benefit.
He does come out with a, what looks to be a, it's not the greatest looking studded leather, but comparative to some of the stuff you've seen, it's definitely by anyone else's from the upper city of Ravnica, this is the most presentable in terms of standards.
Would it look super out of place going to the upper city?
It might look a little out of place, but not like overbearingly.
Alright, is it sturdy?
It feels pretty sturdy.
Alright. I think for now I'll go ahead and wait. This isn't quite what I'm looking. thank you very much for your time. I'll go ahead and head back to the inn and keep studying my notes and work on that that book I have as well.
Right. And Jamie, what are you doing?
I figured I was going to just ask around and see if I can get to know or find more information out about the Undercity, since I've never been down here.
Alright.
Be right back.
It is hard to get people to talk to you, as you are very, very out of place.
Mm-hmm.
People down here seem to be generally mistrusting of others that aren't of their people. But you do learn a little bit about the Undercity. You learn that, the way it's set up, those rope bridges are about the only way to get across. It's a way to kind of add security should anything try and cross them. They'll just cut the bridges. In addition to that, there's the leader of the Undercity seems to favor operating in the shadows as opposed to being an open, political figure.
Okay.
And as you continue wandering
Alright.
around, there is a small, bipedal, lizard-like creature that kind of accidentally bumps into you and then kind of, at the height, kind of, taps you at the side of your waist, my apologies, and then just keeps on going.
Okay. Are there any animals along my way, or creatures? I guess not animals, but
Yeah, there's a couple of creatures. One of them actually kind of looks like a winged feline of some kind. Not very big, the size of a small house cat.
as far as I'm aware, does it belong to anyone?
Doesn't seem to be. Kind of seems to just be waiting for anyone to drop food or just any type of trinket or shiny thing. It kind of just grabs it and kind of goes off to a corner and has amassed a tiny little collection.
Can I roll animal handling to see if it likes me or
Yeah, you can try.
runs away?
Shit. Having slowly approaching, it does seem a little apprehensive at first, but kind of it lets you approach. It still seems pretty cautious, though.
I'm gonna take out some rations and see if it wants it.
That ration is gone.
Mauled.
Swallowed whole and everything. Gone.
Just yeet. I'm this might be bad. I'm gonna try to pick it up.
Okay. You find you cannot pick it up. Not because it doesn't want to be. You physically are finding it impossible to pick up.
Okay.
It's almost as if it's like stuck to the ground.
All right then. I think I'm just gonna continue on.
It has gained some attention from your coin purse.
Oh no. Oh no.
And with one solid leap here, manages to grab it off your belt and begin running away with it.
Oh. Frick, I'm not playing my cleric. I don't have hold person on this character. I guess I'm gonna chase after it.
Alright. Make an athletics check.
Oh, crit fail. Yikes.
I mean, I'm outside the shop. If I roll perception, do I notice this?
What is your passive perception? Because that's what it would be going off of.
Where's that?
Hold on, I can tell you. 1 second. It's whatever your perception score is, plus 10.
I'm sorry. Perception score is...
Like in skills, it's at
You're
3.
plus whatever.
It's plus 3.
Yeah, you can actually see this happening. Like, you didn't, like, we weren't explicitly paying attention to it, but what you did hear was kind of like a feline kind of, like, yelp, and then the shuffling sounds of plate as Jamie just barrels past after it.
Okay, so... Should I... Oh, man. Can I chase or can I throw a knife, a dagger at?
That's gonna be hard
You
to
can
hit.
attempt either. I will not stop you.
Oh, man.
What happened to me?
I have my bow as well.
I crit failed an athletics check. What happened to me?
Oxygen works differently down here.
Oh, man. So if I use my bow, will that be more accurate, maybe?
Who knows? Won't know until you try.
Oh. Oh, that's rough.
All about the rolls, man. All about them rolls.
Yeah, I know, but if I crit fail too, I mean...
It hits me.
I mean, that
I
idea
feel like
wasn't in my head
haven't
before,
missed-
but
Oh, it is.
Oh, man. I haven't missed a dagger yet. So I'm gonna throw a dagger at him.
alright.
Okay.
I think I hit him.
That does hit. You hit this creature and watch it make a pretty audible, like as it kind of explodes into a puff of fur, dropping dropping the coin purse, and now it's just a pile of hair for the time being.
So where did Jamie go after that?
What Jamie would have seen was him, like, he's starting to run out of breath as this creature is pretty nimble and, be it a little bit more dexterous than him, weaving through. And all he watches doesn't even see Elrond's knife at all. He just watches as this creature explodes.
I kind of look around, like, what just happened?
I don't know how far am I like feet wise to him.
Probably a good 35, 40 feet.
Okay, so I want to yell to him, "Hey, you're welcome. Can I borrow some gold?" Like 24 to be exact.
Oh yeah. 24.
24 exactly.
Exactly 24.
Yes, exactly 24.
That's convenient, isn't it?
Don't tell me that's actually what you have.
That's exactly what I have.
Actually, Jamian, as you would be feeling through your coin purse, you would actually notice that you were missing 5 gold.
Oh my god.
So I'm guessing
Someone
that's a
got
no?
I don't even have that much. Yell back.
No worries. Can you get my knife?
Yeah, I pick up his knife. I pick up
What
his
is-
dagger.
What is your passive perception, Jamian?
13 as well.
Okay. You can watch as this pile of hair suddenly, like, blinks open and 2, like, very confused, annoyed, worried, and pissed off eyes look at you.
Okay.
And then it kind of just, like, hair kind of, like, morphs back into this shape. It kind of just shakes itself off and continues on its way.
I flick it off and turn around. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go over to Elrond and give him his dagger back.
Thank you. Imagine if I missed.
I would have been more broke than I already am.
And I'd be missing a dag.
Alright. Well, they're recovering from this weird undercity creature's shenanigans. What is everyone else doing right now?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, after spending some time kind of making a little bit of progress on deciphering things in the book and such, I want to go out and try and find either like a pub or some kind of semi-populated area, and kind of sit down and start playing music and just kind of listening to kind of the things that people are talking about, gossip, stuff like that.
Okay. Make a general perception check just so I know how much stuff you can pick up on. Okay. Seems to be, for the most part, it seems to be pretty typical people watching. There does seem to be talk among some of the Undercity Guard. A little bit of apprehension towards kind of trusting anyone from the upper city of Ravnica, and them not completely agreeing upon it.
Gotcha.
Even some, like, general orders from some of the scouts to just follow at a distance.
Okay. So I'll just kind of keep doing my thing there and listening to the things around me.
Right. And Texas?
All right. So now that this is going on, I've commuted everything. I'm gonna go ahead and get up and head back over, or talk to the elf that was there. Tell him thank you for letting me spend some time here, and just tell him that I'm gonna go on and then I want to head back towards where the armory was at and the weapons shop to see if I can find any kind of shields or quarterstaves that may interest me.
Alright. You kind of... The shop is just a little short for you, entering-wise. But you do manage to make it in. You can see a goblin kind of like putting away some stuff and just kind of like tilts his head a little bit as you can watch the back of his head, like almost like a acknowledgement and almost like a defeat.
Wrong, good sir. What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a lot of strange customers lately, that's all.
We're probably all from the same party. We're all looking around and filling what fits our fancies.
Yes, I know. I think one of yours came up a short 1 gold.
Oh, really? Well, I pull out a gold and toss it to him.
Well,
Get on faith. I'd like a good deal while I'm here.
that just might get you that. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for some kind of either a U quarterstaff or some kind of shield that I can take with me as well.
Well, kind of like points around to like the general undercity. As you can see, we're not very good on the quarterstaff department, but shields I might be able to provide.
Let's have a look.
Any particular style of shield, or any sort of qualities you're looking for?
This time, all I've ever used is this one, so I've never experienced anything else. Kind of show me around the different kinds and varieties you have. Let's go over them.
He kind of like goes to one side and wheels out this ridiculously large shield by comparison. It's about the size of his body, if not a little bit bigger, and it's a very like rectangular style shield, but I mean it appears to be 4 foot tall by like 3 feet wide. There's this one here, which has a lot more, well, clearly covers more, and defends better.
Like that one.
This one right here, this one's clearly the most expensive. This one is an ovular shield with a line right down the middle of what look like really old elven or celestial runes, and it almost looks like a mirror.
Okay, since I know Sylvan, would that help me in interpreting any of the language?
Yes, it would. Not precisely, but it does kind of part of it does translate to like mirror, maybe. That one's clearly the most expensive one, and that one probably isn't going to be bargained on. But, and then I have some very plain and basic shields.
Out of curiosity, how much would you say this expensive one is?
An expensive one is probably about 300 gold pieces by your monetary value.
It's about what I would put it at as well. You must have a good eye, sir. And what can you tell me about the long shield?
Long shield here. I believe the people up above the Boros Legion call it a great shield.
How much does that one run?
That one's 50 gold.
And looking at this shield, you put my cleric symbol on the shield and everything, correct? And it's just made out of a metal?
Yeah.
Would I be able to wield that with the quarterstaff as well, or would that be too much?
You could wield it with the quarterstaff. It would definitely maybe take a little bit of practice with it, but you could definitely do it.
I figured since I'm as tall and as big as I am, I thought I would, but I didn't want to check first. And so I offer him, I said, well, how much can I get off if I trade you my shield for that one and some gold?
Trading in one shield for that one, and gold I'd take off 20 gold from the pricing.
I like that. I'll go ahead and give him the 30 gold and the shield and take that great shield.
Well, this saves me awkward moving around and applying stock. I never know where to put that one.
I can understand that. My arm will be perfect.
That is a great shield. Great shields, rather than adding a +1 or a +2 for a shield, those in fact add a +3.
Nice, okay. It's just a +3 shield?
Yep.
What kind of do I add anything to my dagger? Even
The one dagger you got would do the 1d4 damage, but it would also do an additional 1d4 fire damage. No, cold damage. You took the freezing one. 1d4 cold.
is there a chance of ice on that?
Hmm?
Is there a chance I could freeze the person?
Maybe.
Thank you.
I have to say, you're probably the most perceptive of all of your members that have stopped by.
Who would you say that?
Seem to come in with a rather clear idea of what they wanted, and was easy to bargain and trade with.
That I'm easy to bargain and trade with, but I never really know what I want because I've never seen everything. I mean, how can you know if you've never seen it all?
Right. Regardless, I hope that shield serves you well. It will definitely do better than it does on the shelf over there.
That's that it will. It will serve me very well. Thank you very much. Especially with my size, it's hard to find the ones up above.
Yeah. I imagine.
So at this time, I want to go ahead and kind of look around as well. Excuse me.
Okay.
And see if there's any kind of maces that stick out to me as well. I'm gonna ask about them, but just kind of glancing around.
The maces seem to be pretty standard make for the most part. A lot of them seem to be, definitely, like, undercity construction, like having some form of, akin to just, like, certain stonework and, like, bone make into it. But there's nothing super special about any of them that stick out to you.
Alrighty. Alrighty, then I would like to thank the curator here and ask him if he recommends any place I should stop by and visit while I'm here that would have things I would not find up above that he thinks may be interesting to me.
Well, my friend, you could definitely find a lot of things interesting down here. I think taking a walk. I cannot list one thing or the other. Everything down here is different from what you would see up there.
Where's a place that you frequent a lot?
Some of the, well, every now and again I like to place my bets and watch down in the, some of the fighting pits that exist down here, or maybe go wander through the maze temple, but other than that, I don't really do much.
Hearing about a maze temple sparks my interest. And what kind of temple is this?
Right, you don't have those up above. The maze temple is simple. It is a contest to get out of the maze. Typically done by a variety of members. Should it be done correctly, whoever gets out usually gets some form of prize. It seems to change on a month-to-month basis.
Notice that you said if. Is it likely you won't?
Deaths are common.
From traps or from people fighting in there, or just a blend of everything?
Everyone wants to be the first one out. And then there's stuff left over from previous competitors, or maybe there's stuff when the maze was first built. No one really knows. I myself don't participate, but I do like to spectate.
This seems really interesting. Do you know you're gonna be having any going on today or tomorrow?
They should have a smaller style contest tomorrow.
Very much, sir. I appreciate it. I'll go ahead and wander, and I'll keep that in mind.
Alright.
Oh. I'm just gonna wander around mindlessly, just kind of walk up and down, but keeping relatively close by where we are staying and where we have been already, just so I don't get too lost.
Okay.
And I want to keep an eye out for any kind of animals as well.
Alright.
On to somebody else for now, because yeah, that was quite a bit.
Alright. And as you wander around, you kind of, meet up with an Elrond and a Jamian who still is, like, a little confused and trying to backtrack some of the events that have happened.
Confused, Jamie. What's going on? Got a confused look on your face. Everything okay? What happened? My eyebrows raised. Bird cats.
Kind of went poop.
Did what to it? Even try to talk to it? Why would you just kill it?
I was really far away. I just saw something running. He was chasing, and I just urged and just threw it.
You could do mage hand, anything. Yeah. Oh my god. Why would you kill
Oh, that's
something?
right. I could have. No. But that wouldn't have been exciting.
I'm extremely frustrated
Use your
with
imagination.
him now. My imagination is that you killed something
It
of
was like a
nature.
balloon.
Reasoning. See something fun.
I think it was justified.
Think it was what?
So I think it was justified.
Letting off the push to talk before you finish the word.
Justified?
Oh, okay. I don't agree, but to each their own. Just know that I'll be keeping an eye on you. I just kind of start walking with them.
Alright.
Keep an eye on me. I'm like a mouse.
Giving a little bit of wandering through the city, you eventually do also run into Mogus, who is leaving this shamble of an inn, a tavern, a bar, whatever you want to call it. And you think you smell alcohol off of him, but it is the weirdest fucking smelling alcohol you've ever encountered.
Do I
It
smell
smells
mint?
like earth and mint. It's like a mushroomy mint smell. It does not smell great.
So, using my trunk, I sniff it and try and figure out what it's made of. What is contained in it.
You can identify some of the smells of some of the the fungal growths that you've encountered thus far, but the rest of it does not smell good. It smells weird, and it kind of burns your nose.
Oh, what is that smell?
Just something I had to drink.
Drink? I don't think I would throw that in a fire.
I've had worse.
Feel sorry for you, man. You should try this sometime. I tap my pipe and continue to smoke it.
Alright. You have on and off a little bit of talking, and then as Ferrith continues to listen, you can actually spot the rest of your party kind of just wandering through the Undercity now. It looks like they've been going about, or at least in this district of the Undercity, you can definitely see that they've been wandering around.
All right, I'll go ahead and collect my things and hop up and go over to them. Do I see this giant new shield of Taxus's?
Oh yeah, it's very apparent.
Oh, that's quite a shield you've got there.
Yes, I was hoping to be a little bit taller, like maybe the size of Elrond here, but unfortunately this is all they had.
Well, it should certainly help you out a bit.
I can set it on the ground and it now covers my junk. Not my trunk, though. Just my junk.
Ugh.
You you can hear someone maybe who is like smoking something just start coughing up a storm as they passed by.
Nah, sir, that's a large truck.
So I do want to look around and see if I notice anybody that might be trying to follow the group stealthily, or just.
All right, make a perception. Yeah, there's a pair of individuals that are kind of just not so much hiding completely in the shadows, but enough to where they're kind of off to the side and watching.
All right, and it was like guards that were talking about following us, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm not gonna. I'm gonna kind of keep an eye out for them, but otherwise I'm not gonna worry about it.
Alright. You guys are all together now. What are you gonna do?
Bareth, Elrond. I know y'all were interested in these. I pull my backpack around and hand out the other half of the notes. What did y'all want me to do with these?
I've been working on going through and sorting them. I was able to learn quite. I was mostly planning on turning them over to our guilds once we got to the surface, but
If you have yours on here, I'll trade you so you can go through these for a while and check these out as well.
sure. Just make sure not to get them too disorganized.
So organized.
assuming-
They're just paper. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm assuming the information you gave on the 113 attempts and all that stuff was for the whole staff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just kind of assume that I find out the full amount once I go through.
Alright.
So, did you guys find out anything interesting about the city?
Just talking to that elf again for a little while and meditating and found the shield. And then I met up with these guys. Very relaxing and peaceful. As I load my fourth pipe of the day.
I'm sure.
They're
Had
greedy
something
bastards.
interesting to drink.
What was that?
Had something interesting to drink.
Oh, yeah, we can smell it. We know that part of the story.
New sword too. Nice. What kind of sword did you get?
An interesting one.
As you're watching him talk, you can actually see off to the side. There's this almost this tar substance kind of stuck to the side of Mogus's face.
Reach up and try and flick it off with the edge of my quarterstaff.
It's stuck on there pretty good. It's not coming off.
Mogus, you got something on your side of your
Instead of
face.
flicking it off, all it did was attempt to be flicked off, pulled quarterstaff back, and now you have a tiny little splotch of it on your quarterstaff.
He essentially just poked me in the face with a quarterstaff, didn't he?
Yep.
You got a little something there. I didn't think you'd want some of this stuff, and I show him what's on the quarterstaff. Stuck to the side of your face.
Reach up, grab it, and just kind of flick it in his direction.
It's stuck to your hand. It does not come off easily. It's like the world's worst grape jelly.
Oh, God.
Rip a little corner of my cloak off the bottom that I'm not going to miss too much. Grab the black tar in it, wrap it up, and then throw it in a nearby trash can.
There doesn't appear to be any type of trash can, but there appears to be places that you could dump it off.
I hold on to it so I can find a trash can, because
Pretty sure the gold
littering is bad.
City is the trash can. I mean,
did that too loud.
of course not. All right. So does it look like it's spreading? Okay. So can I see that sword that?
Yeah, you could probably see the sword.
Does it look like it's spreading from the sword?
It looks a little bit like it. All it really looks like right now is just a blade with a light permeation of shadows just wafting off of it. Not
Alright.
super heavily.
Well, that's weird. All right. That's all for now. I'm just going to assume that it came from that nasty.
That's my assumption.
All right. So, is there anything interesting that happening in the city that we can go?
Were we supposed to find out about the city?
I don't know. I mean, we've been in the city for the day. Like, have you not found anything out about it?
I mean, I just kind of was smoking and meditating and found a shield. I haven't done much else. And found a cat, and then this asshole, and I push over on Elrin's shoulder, freaking threw a dagger at him for no reason and killed him.
Why would you
What?
kill a cat?
Technically, he came back to life.
What? At this point, I turn around and look at you confused.
Wait, just out of game. Did that actually happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just me. Oh, so yeah. It came back to life and
Are you
Back to
sure you're not
life.
just telling us that to make it sound like you didn't just randomly kill a cat for fun?
you decide.
Elren, make a perception check.
I'm gonna bring this up before you say anything. I was looking for animals as we were walking through with them. Did I ever notice anything?
Yeah, you noticed it right about now, as Elren is actually the first to notice it still, as sitting across from this Gregorian street, as certain people are passing by, in the between, you can see this, like, winged feline just staring at him.
So I kind of like glance over and I see it, but I don't like gesture towards it. I just kind of give it an odd look.
It continues to stare back at you.
So you said you don't gesture to it or anything?
No, I don't. Like, there's no reaction towards it, so he doesn't realize I see it. Kind of.
Do we notice him kind of suddenly
Yeah.
like lock eyes into space?
Yeah. You can track it, and you'll see this, like, dark colored feline with wings that kind of almost look like the wings of a fruit bat, and kind of just staring intently at Elrond right now.
So then I sit down and I don't know what the guys are doing, but my plan for the next few minutes is to, as a ritual, cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And just while that's going on, the party can continue to do their things.
It looks like you messed with the wrong cat.
I think he's just lonely.
Well, then why'd you kill it?
I didn't kill it. It's staring at me. How's it dead?
Well, you said you killed it.
Thought I killed it. But then,
Why'd you attack it?
Because he looked at me
Fucking
wrong.
birdie's making me hungry.
Okay, I saw Damien chasing this cat, and so he looked out of breath, so I threw a knife.
Well, that just seems like an overreaction.
He was taking my money.
See?
Well, you didn't know that. You just saw a cat, and you threw a knife at it.
Hold on, how is this being flipped on me?
You're the one that just told the story. You said you saw this cat running from Jamien, and you threw a knife at it.
I think it was a justified throw, and for the record, it was a perfect.
You can watch as this creature kind of like tilts its head a little bit, and you can watch it almost gleefully swishing its tail.
The ritual ready or no?
Yeah, it'd be ready right about now.
Okay, so then I ask it, can you understand me?
Yes, I can.
Did Taxus just meow?
No, I have the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts, not speak their language.
Oh, okay.
Can I say something off game?
Sounded like a meow.
What?
What is
What?
gleefully?
What?
I don't know, you said like gleefully? I don't know what that is.
Gleefully, like happily, gleeful.
Oh, okay.
It's
I had to scratch my head.
think of it as its version of just this shit-eating grin of like challenge.
This will be fun.
I got it. Sorry.
Now back in the game. I ask it, "Are you okay? I heard that my friend was rude."
I'm fine. Wasn't a good throw, anyways.
Wasn't a good throw.
Whoa.
That's good to hear. I'm glad. You can just tell my whole body relaxes at this, and I'm much more appeased. And I tell him, "Well, is there anything I can do for you? Are you hurt? Can I heal you or anything?"
No, I'm good. I heal myself.
Really awesome. You like some food? I start digging through my bag.
That seems amenable.
I'll pull out a day's worth of rations and hand it over to him.
It is gone immediately.
Wait,
Be
he's
hungry.
that close?
I walked over to him.
Okay, yeah. At this point, I'm staring at this thing as it walks over.
Yeah, that ration is like just gone.
Seem pretty hungry. Is that just the way you eat? I'm not trying to offend you if I do. I'm sorry.
It's just the way things eat. I mean, down here you kind of have to
Understand.
eat fast, or you starve, or die, or potentially have knives thrown at you.
I look at Elrond with an evil look and say, "Yeah, I noticed." Of
What? You're talking to a...
course I am. He holds a better conversation than you do.
Shut up, you ape.
Does that one know that I understand what he's saying?
I doubt it. I don't think I might tell him either. Does you want me to?
Nah. More fun this way.
I just giggle, go, "Yeah, that's definitely the truth."
So is the
It's
cat
like a-
meowing?
Yeah, the cat is making very verbal, like, meows and, like, almost like trills.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
And so I just say, "Well, at this time, I guess I'll just leave you for the time being, but if you stick around, I see you again. Maybe we can catch up a little bit. I may have some questions for you later, if you don't mind. Trade for trade, of course."
Trade. Sure, trade for trade.
Okay, can I just say at this point I want to try and use my mage hand to pet it?
Okay.
Do I have to roll for that?
No.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see what happens.
Curiosity. Hey, you remember, curiosity killed the cat, right?
And this one comes back from the dead.
No, see, that satisfaction that brought it back.
The mage hand kind of does pet this creature and does seem to be enjoying it to a degree.
Elrond. I snap.
What? I'm making a friend.
Give it that.
Does he not enjoy, or she not enjoy?
It seems to be enjoying it for the most part.
See?
So I reach out to the guy. I go, "So what brought you down here? Have you always lived here?"
I do not remember. I might have lived up there. Or maybe I lived down here. Maybe... I do not remember.
What kind of animal are you, if you don't mind me asking? Sorry if that comes off rude. I'm not trying to.
I don't think there's a lot of me, and I don't think there's really a proper name.
Do you call yourself?
I haven't really given myself a name. I haven't really talked to anyone either.
Would you like me to refer to you as?
The shoulders of this creature kind of like pull upwards, almost to like mimic a shrug, like,
Think on a name and let you know what I see next time I see you.
So
Name
while
needs a
they're
proper
meow-
name. You can understand me.
No, I thought you said that you were meowing.
No, I was the one that asked if he was.
Yeah.
No.
No, all I'm doing is I make it to where I can understand the cat and it can understand me,
Ah, okay.
but I'm still talking normal.
So in this case, I ask Taxus, hey, does he want to come with?
Put your button down longer. Does he want to what?
Does he want to come with us?
I look at him, raise an eyebrow, look back at Elrin, look back at the cat.
It sounds entertaining. There's nothing else but to sate my boredom.
And you're welcome to come with us, unless somebody disagrees. I look around at the rest of the party.
Mic on. Mic off.
Seems.
I go.
like a-
Don't worry, Mogus. He's not going to drink your beer. Or maybe he.
Mic
That
on.
wasn't Mogus.
Oh, I thought Mogus had said that.
Nope, I'm just sick and clear my throat.
Oh, my bad.
That was Jamian.
Sound like Mogus.
No, I won't do anything to that one anymore. Just looked like they needed the exercise.
I laugh. Go, yeah, that I would not. But we've had quite a bit while we've been down here as well. So well, then I'll go ahead and put my backpack back on and stand up and ask if he wants to come with us and look around since nobody disagreed.
Kind of follows behind you.
Look at Elrin and go. Now be nice.
Oh, he's my magical companion now.
No, I am not.
I
See,
laugh
he's
and just go,
agreeing.
tap him on the head and go, whatever you say.
No. I don't like that sentence. But if we make him think that,
Might feed you some extras.
this is acceptable. That one can be used.
Now, my recommendation, when he's tinkering, stay away.
Why?
For him and his guild have a way of making things go boom when there's nothing to actually go boom.
I have a bigger plan in store, thank you.
That's what scares me.
That is all kinds of concern. No, certainly.
Let's head on. Where are we heading to, guys?
Well, I mean,
Don't really care.
So, like, has it been roughly, like, I know there's no sun or anything, but has it been like a day's worth of time?
it feels you guys are starting to feel like it's maybe been, if you're on the surface, it would feel 9 p.m. ish.
Well, maybe it's time to just go ahead and head back and turn in for the night and see if there was any messages at the inn.
I agree. I don't think they'd leave a message there. It's not hard to find where we are, but it can't hurt. Let's head on down. Now, I have a question for you as well, Fate. That shield, it was a shield +1 to give a total AC of 3, correct?
Yes.
So a shield +3. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I was looking through and adding it, and I saw that there was a shield +3 and a shield +1 that gave 3 AC, and I was like, wait. And then I had to make sure I got the right one.
Upon returning to this, where you're being allowed to stay, there doesn't appear to be any note of any kind.
Alright, and we're the only people staying there, right?
Yep. You might have, like, 1 or 2 people, like, stop by before you turn in to, like, check in on the place, but other than that, nothing, really.
Okay. Then I'll probably just kind of amuse myself and play my flute for a little bit and then turn it.
Right.
Just head up to my room. Can you explain the room that I'm staying in?
The room you're staying in is dark, it's a little cold, and it's rather than like bed made of cloth, it seems to be a hard, like, stone platform that seems to have overlapping layers of, like, dried out moss to give, like, a kind of a bedding or a cushioning.
Kind of like a softer hay.
Yeah.
And is there any windows, doors, mirrors?
There's a tiny little, like, slit within the wall that seems to act as, like, a window. But, and doors, I mean, it's nothing too special. It's just, like, recycled pieces of metal and wood.
Is there a candle or anything to give me some light while I'm in there?
There's a glowing stone.
There's at least enough light that I can see by.
Yes, there is.
And we'll go ahead and get everything ready for the evening and keep my hidden, since we know that Jamie had lost some money. My backpack between me and the wall, and my staff within arm's reach.
Alright. Anyone else doing anything before tuning in?
Really?
Alright.
Nope.
You all turn in and find your days, nights, afternoon, you're not sure. You find your rest. After you've all slept a certain amount of time, you begin to wake and you can actually smell food. Like warm food being cooked within your stay.
Good food or bad food?
Smells pretty good.
It's good. Okay.
All right, I'll kind of prepare myself and head towards wherever this.
There appears to be a woman working, having created like this magical menagerie of like a makeshift like grill with different pieces from the scavenged around from the Golgari Undercity. And it looks like there's some surface world food. Some of it looks like it might have been picked out of your ration bags at a time. And
Go ahead and check my bags as well while I'm heading down, just kind of making sure everything's still there.
your wealth is still there. You're missing one ration. But this woman appears to have long, dark, like red-brown hair, like a kind of a ornate dress with like bandage wrappings around her arms, and seems to carry a very like classical style witch hat as she's wearing it, doing stuff around, and kind of acknowledges you as she continues doing her thing.
There's some bandages in your arm. Are you okay?
No, I'm fine.
Anything I can do for you, let me know.
You seem rather unfazed by this.
Oh, what in general?
You, are you joking, or this? This is not usually people's reactions at all.
I end up coming down.
Yep.
Does she look humanish or something?
She looks fairly humanoid, yeah.
An elephant. I don't think I can tell the difference very easily. Cough, cough.
I just didn't know if with her acting like there's something really weird. If there was something
That looks cool.
that
No, just okay. That one's reaction was mellow and was a little unexpected.
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend. I want to say thank you for everything you've done for us.
You're welcome. I figured Undercity food gets boring after a while.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it does if you've had it all the time, but again, we've never had it, so I don't know.
Doing you a favor. You don't like it.
Well, thank you very much.
Can't be any worse than that drink I had yesterday.
Right. That. Maybe the slight flavor of crushed pureed and boiled liver doesn't mix so well with you. No, you have not.
Believe me, I've had worse.
I wouldn't ask at this point. I don't even want to know what he's had.
Yeah, I don't want to know either.
Go ahead and ask. Do you mind if I make a plate?
It's all here.
Yeah, and I make me a plate and sit down and my water skin and eat some of the food.
I imagine the rest of you either come down or have bore witness to this strange individual.
Yep.
yeah, I'll sit at the table.
I got poked in the head by what's essentially a mini Cthulhu, so...
In the head by Mini Cthulhu, what?
Huh?
Barkeep from yesterday.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't remember. Maybe I'm missing. Forgot what we did.
But yeah, I'll just sit down at the table and can I tell, was she like referring to the fact that the rations were missing?
What
About
do you mean?
people not acting weird or something?
Oh. No, just to her presence in general.
Do I sense anything weird about her?
Not really. She definitely holds a lot of magical energy, but like as far as strange vibes, aside from that, not really.
While I'm eating, I'd like to ask for her name.
Right. That's awkward. I haven't thought of one yet.
I haven't thought of a name yet.
No, you told me to think on it.
Oh, you're the cat?
Yes. Or am I a person that's the cat, or is the cat that's the person? I don't remember anymore.
Well, that caught me off guard.
That's why I said there's a lack of, well, surprise. Oh, no, the surprise is there.
Well,
We have a walking elephant. A fucking bull. Weird about.
Yes. That one threw a knife at me the other day.
the laughing was perfect timing.
Who, me?
Yeah, he has a tendency to react before he thinks.
Just putting it lightly.
Since when?
Well,
At least I didn't throw it.
at least you
Yeah,
didn't.
because you were a mist.
Wouldn't have been a knife.
Well, and that one, I stole a coin purse. Not because I needed it or anything. I thought it would be funny, and it was.
Until you got. Until you went.
So, hmm.
What kind of name I want to give her? I mean, if anybody else has the ideas.
Of all the ones that I can't read or figure out the most, is that one over there. She points to Berth. I can't figure that one out. Very.
I mean, he's just a.
What are you trying to figure out?
Hmm.
Is she speaking like a language that we can all understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
She is speaking a language you can all understand now.
All right. Yeah. What is there you're trying to figure out?
Just based upon quick observations, that one right there, as she points to Damien, is a soldier by nature. Is a soldier by nature and some form of proper combat to some degree. Also, doesn't like having coin purses stolen. That one
I
actually.
don't think anybody likes having stuff stolen.
I was bored. That one is impulsive and supposedly at risk of spontaneously combusting.
Yes.
This one likes alcohol. Not good alcohol, though.
I think he likes any alcohol, good or not good.
Yeah. But you, I can't read. I know you're magically adept, but you're an outlier. I can't figure you out.
It's all right. Oh, I confuse a lot of people. It's probably because I grew up just playing music on the street.
interesting. Well, what I have here for you all. Hello, there we go. What I have here for you all is some rations that I've thus arranged to be a bit more presentable food. Well then, I also took the liberty of going to the upper city very briefly and grabbing some food.
Upper city? Quickly?
Yes,
Just know the area pretty well.
I don't know this down area. I don't know the Undercity all that well. Well, I do know, but I do and don't. I know the Undercity, all of its surrounding cave systems, not so much.
How did you get up there so quickly and back down?
Well, you're probably down here and you're still waiting for someone, I assume, would have left. I can only do it. Two more times?
Do what?
I'll show you. And you just, like, you know, white, like, explosive amount of smoke just disappears. And then you count, like, 1, 2, 3. And until about, like, 3 minutes go by. And then another, like, explosive puff of smoke kind of blows up next to Jamie. Oh, wow, that was a little bit off-centered, and glad I didn't miss, or he might have died.
What?
Don't worry about it. I've done this hundreds of times
What?
in open areas. But she has...
I moved like
looks
5
to
feet
be-
away from her.
She has, like, this, like a... what looks to be bread wrapped in, like, a cloth. See? Came from a bakery up there.
Did you
Nice
pay for
show.
it? Did you pay for it?
Pulls out what looks to be a couple of gold pieces. Have it. Yes, paid for it.
Okay. Whew. I don't want to go stealing things. That's not nice.
No, the only thing that man got was a couple of gold and a minor heart attack. He's fine.
I hope he's okay.
I mean, most people usually pass out. That one was a bit strong-willed, that one.
I don't think I would have stayed awake.
Ah, well. Though, it is risky going up there without having too much idea of what the upper city's like. Pretty good
Just
at
for any amount of time, you'll
well,
get to know it a little
pretty-
better.
I mean, there's still a 1% chance I accidentally teleport into, like, a wall, or...
Or me?
Oh, come now, you'd handle it. Pats you on the shoulder. You'd be fine. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. We could try it.
It's probably not the best thing to try.
I'd rather not do that.
Oh, no sense of adventure. Right, food. What were we talking about again?
We were just talking about eating and how you'd gotten here, and then you told us your story, and then we got into how you got to the upper city and back down.
Did I?
You
Maybe
just
I did.
showed us. You brought the loaf.
Oh, right, I did.
Well, thank you very much for fixing breakfast.
Well, I mean, there's the stuff they eat on you is really, really weird.
Doubt it.
Kind of strange.
Despite me missing like every fucking one.
But, anything you all are looking to do during the day?
Well, kind of. Wonder what we think as I look around and say we're just kind of waiting on an emissary.
I mean, there are things to do while you wait. I mean, there's things like,
So at this point I go, oh yeah, I was talking to the goblin guy, and I look over at Mogus, and supposedly they have fighting pits and stuff like that. I look over at and everybody and Bareth and all of them to tell about. And there's like a maze temple you can wander through, and you can win a prize for getting out first. No contest going on today.
Oh, well, that's definitely interesting. Why didn't you say something sooner?
I got distracted with the cat. I was worried. You know how it goes.
But the question now remains, am I a person or am I a cat?
I mean, what
Both.
feels more natural to you?
I don't know.
You can be both. Depends on what you're in right now.
Be my companion.
Oh.
Slam my fork down on the table and look over at Elrind.
No, I don't think I'm your companion. I think you're more mine, if anything.
You giggle and go back to eating.
Doubtful.
I'm almost confident I'm all...
I didn't mean to leave.
What?
Looks at Elran. I'm pretty confident I'm older than you.
Possibly.
You're an elf, so... What are you? In your hundreds?
Look
No.
up and start paying close attention to the conversation.
I think you're older.
You're right, I am.
You're older than 100 years old? Or older than just in your hundreds?
Well, yes.
How long have you been down here?
Been a lot of places.
Where else have you been?
I think at one point I lived in the upper city of Ravnica. I lived in somewhere outside of Ravnica, some place far beyond that. And then really it just blurs together and becomes all splotchy.
Well, old are you? I mean, I don't want to be rude again, but...
I don't know how old I am. I know I've led a few different lives,
Mic off.
but
What made you decide to come down to the Undercity instead of staying up?
oh, I don't remember that either. That's another thing with age. Age, it's hard to remember things. Hard to keep things in track. Everything gets all scattered and mishmashed. looks towards Elran. You get to have that in the future. Have fun trying to keep track of everything.
Keeping track of things is overrated.
That's why I stopped. For the most part. I still try to keep track.
I was thinking it. She said it.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Oh god.
Oh god. Perfectly timed again.
It's funny how somebody not in our group can make the entire group bust out laughing.
It's always timed out so perfectly.
That it is.
Have the cat person feel insulted for some general reason. Just for no reason, actually, but just feel mildly annoyed that.
But, kind of, like, got a finger on her chin right now, like, trying to think really hard, and honestly is almost looking like they're hurting themselves trying to think. No, gone. I don't remember my name. If I had one. I think I had a name. Do you usually forget your names?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever forgotten my name.
Well, if you think of a fitting name, let me know. Or if I think of a fitting name, I'll let you know. Whichever comes first.
Please, please. Well then, we'll call you Cat with a K.
That'll work. That seems fitting. Right, I suppose it'd probably look weird to any looking guards if a figure were to just appear out of your building, wouldn't it?
Probably a little odd.
Transforms back into this winged cat creature.
You'll have to teach me that trick sometime.
Kind of looks at you and gives a shrug of like, I can try.
It'll be interesting for all of us. We can make of it. Load up another bowl after eating and sitting back.
She kind of like goes up to wherever would be like a warm, comfortable spot akin to a cat and just out like a light.
Mic on.
Well, I mean, that's, and then as I'm smoking, I tell everybody, so would y'all want to go to the fighting pits or the maze temple or somewhere else, guys?
Well, the maze sounds very interesting to me. I'm always up for a good puzzle.
The maze does sound good, but he did say that people died, so I mean, we should probably be a little careful. Not everybody makes it through, either through or people fighting over being the first and stuff like that. So.
But you said, so how does the fighting?
I don't know. I didn't get too into them. Those weren't exactly my cup of tea, but I thought Mogus here might be interested. Yeah, I'm more definitely into the maze than the fighting pits.
Yeah, I'd be game for checking out the maze.
Right.
Around at the rest of the table. Well,
Alright, so you all gather, finishing a breakfast that quite literally has tasted better than dry ration water. honestly tasted like a proper breakfast, unlike the past probably 4 days now.
Then I'd take that loaf and cut it into equal portions for everybody and give a piece to everybody as we're walking out.
Thank you. I'll tuck it in my bag.
It is a it's like a, it's got a little bit of a cheese and herbal aroma to it as well.
You never know how much you miss these until you can't have them.
Miss these loaves of bread?
The upper city food. I mean, we've been on rations.
Yeah. Yeah, rations are awful.
You
Had worse.
Because
imagine
nobody
everyone-
really cares how much you've had. Oh my god, you've always had worse.
So you all heading to the maze temple or the pit? Which one you headed?
I
Gravitate.
think I'm just gonna make him say that every time someone complains about the food.
Mace, listen.
Jamie, where'd you want to head?
I think I'm gonna go to the maze temple.
Temple? Alright, Elrond?
Probably the temple.
Alright.
And Mogus?
I'll go to the arena.
Alrighty.
I want to head over to the temple, preferably.
Alrighty. Then we are going to kind of cut to Mogus right now.
As we go to separate, I want to mention, hey Mogus, don't forget, you can fight people in the maze temples, what the guy said.
I like mazes.
Did you say you do or you do not?
Don't.
Okay, well then have fun, good luck. Don't die on us.
They pull off, and you can find this fighting pit easy enough. It is like a cheaper form of like a gladiatorial arena. Down, there appears to be doesn't appear to be like there's a lot of deaths here, but it does seem like it happens frequently enough. There appears to be like a very balding man with a very wide and muscularish build. He clearly has not seen the light of day in a while. Oh, look at that. We have another new contender. Someone from above, too. This should be quite the spectacle. If you're interested, of course. We wouldn't force you into something so morally free.
Barrick?
Sounds like fun.
Well then. Looks like we have a new competitor.
Any rules I need to disregard?
I like this one. He kind of gives you the general laydown of the rules of like, okay, for the most part the rules are pretty simple. Beat the shit out of each other until one can't move, or if the other dies, it's kind of discouraged that you kill them because it kind of like ruins any form of income. for the future. But he also nods it off. It's like, well, if they die, then they die.
Weapons at all?
Anything of your choosing. Take your pick, however, you are only allowed one weapon into the pit.
The trusty great axe or the new one? I shall take my
Roll a die for it.
True, I do have
Odds
a
for
bunch
one,
here.
evens for
Hold on. One. And it's even. Okay, new one.
Alright. There appears to be a creature that enters in to this other side, and he appears to have like very hollowed out red eye, kind of pointed ears, and like almost horns growing across him. Seems like I have a new competitor. If I beat you or kill you, I apologize. I do not mean to, it just happens.
Same.
Alright. This is the competitor you're dealing with. So,
That's honestly what I was thinking. That's what
Very
he looks
similar
like
to
he
what I
wants
was
to say.
thinking.
It looks like what he wants to say.
well then, let's get this out of the way. Lined up and you're just another one.
That's the most perfect voice for that picture.
So, Mogus, I need you to roll initiative.
Hey.
Screw him up.
Initiative.
Okay. Alright. So, he nat 20'd on his initiative.
Oh, Jesus.
And you'll take note that he does not have any, like, apparent weapons on him. The only thing he's carrying, which looks to be, in his fists on either side, it would be akin to being, like, brass or steel knuckles. Alright. He leaps off with 1 foot and makes 1 strike towards you, Mogus. And as he... Because your AC's 14, right? Or is it 13?
13.
13? Alright, yeah, it does hit then. Strikes you, and you can feel like this hard steel collide with the side of your face as he deals you 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And then you watch him like take 2 more strikes at you. Okay, that one misses. And that one does hit. And you take another 6 points of bludgeoning damage as he strikes you across the face once, swings with his other hand. You have enough time to block it with the flat blade of your sword, and then another swing from the right side catches you off guard again. That is his turn. You may take yours.
I would like to rage.
Okay.
You want me to press it?
Yeah, please press it so I can keep track.
Okay.
Alright, that's your bonus action.
I am going to swing with Gregaris.
Alright. Holy shit! Okay.
I'm guessing it hits.
Yeah.
Okay. On top of that,
Damn, 2 6s.
God damn.
Hit.
Okay. 1 second. I need to make his con save
this
here.
is 5 max health.
Yep, I know. Okay, so he
Actually,
fails the
3
con save.
6s.
so he does fail his con save. I can keep track of that. So okay. You just deliver as you get struck across your face, your eyes just kind of get that redded flash as you make one clear sweep across, like from the lower side of his waist to his upper shoulder and make a slash, which is then hit with like just this glowing bright radiance that hits him as well. It creates an interesting dichotomy of light and shadow as you strike across with it. Alright. Wow, that was way more damage than I was. Jesus.
That was a double critical.
Wait, technically I said a 3. You rolled 3 6s.
Oh,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Alright. He, after being struck like that, he kind of looks to you and gives off like this kind of appreciative grin almost. I appreciate that. No one's landed a hit on me yet. Till now.
Sound fun so far.
Take pride in it while you can. He strikes you. Oh fuck, okay, so he nat 20'd you.
ow. Well, tapped anyway.
Crits
so.
this game.
Yep, it is halved. So you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And then, in addition to that, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Did you just hit dexterity?
No, there should be a little box that says saving throws.
Above your skills.
Yeah, there it is.
Oof.
As he strikes you, he kind of, rather than hit you with that steel bar across his knuckles, he opens his palm and like shoves you forward, like back, and you go tumbling, and you are now prone on the ground. That is his turn. It is now your turn. You are on the ground right now.
So I only have that. Stand up.
Okay?
How far away am I from him?
You're only 5 feet apart.
So I can still swing my sword at him?
Yes, you can.
Alright, I shall do that again.
Alright. That hits. Make a con save. Succeeds on that one. Oh Jesus, I forgot you could do that. Wait! A 6 again? What? What the frick? Okay.
This game's been crazy.
Yep.
Alright. You
Elrond had good throws.
you watched as as you stand up, you kind of swing back, and he kind of blocks a little bit of it to avoid any like extra effect from your sword. You can see this spark of shadow and light scrape across the steel as your blade strikes at his shoulder.
First of all, no, I didn't.
As he lowers himself and strikes back in return. 17 to hit. as you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw now.
That's with +5.
Yep, I know.
Yikes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
As this time he strikes you right in the center of your chest, and rather than being knocked back, you are pushed 10 feet away from him. He does look a little out of breath right now. I do appreciate a good fight. I'm glad you didn't disappoint me. And then he opens his palm and kind of makes like a come at me motion.
It's like
Alright.
Neo from Matrix.
Really old demon Neo.
It is now Mogus's turn.
Charge at him.
So,
Is that... That's considered my normal action, right? So my attack will be my bonus action?
yes.
Okay. So, again, hit him with my sword.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, he dying!
Alright.
Okay, there's a not crit. There's a non-crit.
Alright. Succeeds at that one. Still a lot of damage though. As you charge at him and meet him head on, as he slows the blade's like divine quality at him, as he smashes the 2 steel knuckles on either side of the blade, slowing it down as he reduces some of that damage. As a response, he...
Hold on, also...
Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. Strength... Oh. Oh.
So 2 plus... He has to roll,
10 plus your strength
plus
modifier.
5. 15.
15?
My strength modifier, or...
Okay. Yeah, I saw it.
My dex, or the saving... No, it's +3, sorry. +3.
Your strength mod? Okay, so...
So
it's
saving throw is +5. Keep my saving
Okay.
throw.
Strength is not his strong suit, so... You actually do push him 10 feet away from you, as he kind of, like, cross-guard blocks as you push him away. Well now, this is an interesting development. No one's made me this hard before. As he charges towards you and kind of like uses his foot to push your blade into the ground as he jumps up and strikes at you for 13 meat. So 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Barbarians, man. Then he's going to attack again. And as he comes crashing down with the first hit, jumps down and swings around and sweeps with his foot. But before you can hit that, you kind of lift your blade up and block it. And then he makes an uppercut motion and hits you once again as you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
I appreciate you. Holy shit.
Alright, your turn again.
Swing with my sword.
That hits.
I'm sorry.
Alright, sage that. As you jump up and you kind of get hit back with it, you kind of swing that blade around and carve across his chest, making a nice little X across him now. As that kind of light and shadow hits again.
Getting there. I'm thoroughly warmed up. Now the fun.
there is a definite, like, he's definitely bleeding a bit now, like, to the point where it's like any normal fighter would have long deceased. Alright, let's see. Have much going left, so let's see what he can do in this time.
I hammer rush him again.
Oh, okay. Natural 20 on that, so rather than you, like, charge him, he just puts his hand out and plants his foot, and you both stopped in, like, a stalemate. Alright. He strikes you, but makes the attempt to. That's a second natural 20. Let's see what happens. You should be so happy you're raging right now.
How much?
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ah! Got 1.
And then I need you to make... Oh, nope, he missed. Never mind. Alright. Your turn. Roll me a d6, please. Alright. Just wanted to make sure. As you, like, go to stab for, like, a finishing move, you watch him just kind of, like, grab your wrist and kind of stop, and it goes past where his torso would be and kind of goes under his arm, completely missing as he redirects the blade out of your way. Alright.
That sums that up.
He has a dexterity modifier of 5 to attack. And he rolled a 7, meaning he misses. And he has no more key points to spend, so it is your turn. That does hit. Whether you're going for lethal or non-lethal,
What was that?
whether you're going for lethal or non-lethal, how would you like to do this?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for non-lethal.
Alright.
Just gonna do it nice and easy. Turn my blade sideways, bash him upside the face with it,
Alright.
hit him one more time, just to make sure he's out.
Just as you hit him and cut off guard. That was wonderful. And he just kind of falls back with a thud. The crowd was cheering, and it was definitely for this champion, and then just goes dead silent before just roaring and just appreciation follows. But you kind of like find your footing and like lean up against a wall or sit down, as you are definitely winded because you definitely just about had your ass handed to you.
No. What was that? I didn't understand a word of that. It went full robot on my side for a second.
Oh. I think that was just Discord. But as Mogus
Faint scream in
is...
the background.
As Mogus is, recovering, he will have bruises in his future. The rest of you approach this, temple-like structure that seems to be built upon a cylinder. Inside of it, there appears to be a very, rough-looking, spherical shape, and it seems to be mechanical in nature. It is massive. It looks like it could fit 100 people inside of it, and you can hear this thing just clicking and shifting and turning and slamming. And then there appears to be what looks like almost like a sentry-like stone figure that stops Jamie, Elrond, Taxus, and Bereth. Please state your intent.
We're coming to see the maze. We're gonna try to. I turned to the group for that part.
I don't have a problem, but I mean, as long as I don't die.
We cannot promise that.
Yeah, you've got a nice shield. We've come to compete in the maze.
They confidently down the shield. They go, "You're right."
The Loxodon is number 81. The tiny dark one is 82. The one in armor, 83. And points to you, Bereth, 84. You are the last people to enter into this competition.
Looks like we made it just in time.
Please
What are
step
the rules for this?
Please step onto any of these runic circles, and behind it you can see like the circle of like elven elven runes that seem to be strictly a dialect that fit towards the Undercity. Please step into the center.
Knowing Elvish, is it anything that's recognizable?
It's a pretty short range teleportation spell is what it is.
Alright. So you didn't answer, are there any particular rules?
Please step into the circle.
I shrug and step forward,
Alright, what
making
else?
sure everybody else is nearby before I step into it.
I follow right behind him.
Alright. You're all like kind of apprehensively
Yes.
at the front of the circle.
Alright, well once everybody's here, I'll go ahead and step in.
Alright. Everyone stepping at the same time?
Yes, all together.
Alright. All of you step on and you feel this pressure build around you. It feels like you're being squeezed and compressed, and then Taxus, you fall into this. It's not even like a teleport. You actually fall a good 10 feet into this area that appears to be like a pond inside a cave with various like weird stones and glowing type of bioluminescent life forms. Jamian, you have ended up what looks to be in a regular style room with a single chest inside of it. Bereth, you literally cannot hear a sound where you are. All you can see is this, what looks like this white surrounding of everything everywhere. You can't hear your own footsteps, you can't hear your own voice, you can't even hear your own heartbeat or your breath.
Is it, when you say white surrounding, is it kind of like the loading room from the Matrix? As
Yes.
far as, okay. But silent. Got it. Okay.
And Elrond, you are in a room filled with just wooden pillars everywhere, whether they're sideways or upright or coming out of the ground or coming from the ceiling. As your competition begins in this maze temple. But that will take way too long to do in this time, so we will continue that next session.
I'm about to make a very
Alrighty.
bad decision next session. Because if there's a chest, you know I have to open it.
It doesn't eat you.
It's totally
Yeah,
going on
right.
too.
In my other campaign, we went to open a chest, and my glaive got eaten by the chest until we killed it.
Oh. Hey, at least you weren't in a town made of mimics and shapeshifters.
Alright, I'm gonna go catch the others for
It was
you.
a mimic, so
Alright, see ya.
later, man.